Hello, good morning all.
Good morning, sir.
In last lecture, we studied the powers and functions of Speaker, Deputy Speaker of Vidhan Sabha, and the Chairman and Deputy powers and functions of Chairman and Deputy Chairman of Vidhan Parishad Legislative Council. Now, in last two lecture, also we studied Union Legislature part. Now, from today, we start Union Executive part. In this Union Executive consists of Governor, CM, Chief Minister, and Council of Ministers. As per our Constitution, the President is very first person of our Union, central government, and with this contrast, the Governor is the first person of respective state. As we know, currently we have 28 states and 8 union territories. For each respective state and for each respective territories, Governor is appointed by President of India. Now currently we have Mr. Bhagat Singh Koshari is Governor of our Maharashtra state. Also he has additional duty as a Governor of Goa state. According to article number 152 to 167, Governor has to perform his duties. Also, some guidelines for the performing duties are given in these articles. Now, we will study in this lecture what are the roles and responsibilities Governor has to follow for respective state. At the same time, what are the powers and the functions has for the Governor. Now, as I told you, Governor is the constitutional head, or we can say he is the head of respective state by our constitution. As he is the head of our state, he is also executive head of the state. All the executive appointments, executive actions are performed with signature of Governor. He needs to act as per the aid and advice of Chief Minister and Council of Minister from that state. Whatever the responses of Council of Minister, he needs to consider, and according to that response, Governor needs to perform his duties, or he needs to act as a governor. These ministers are responsible for respective legislative assembly or respective legislative council. He should not act as per the any party opinion. It means if we say one member as a governor, he belongs to one nationalized party. Suppose that party is a BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party. If he start his duty as a governor in a state, consider again it is consider this case for our Maharashtra. One member of BJP he start his duty as a governor in a Maharashtra state. After starting or performing his duty as a governor in a Maharashtra state, then at that time he should not take advice from that respective party, from regional state or the central government or the union. He needs to perform his duty considering the responses of MLAs or the Council of Ministers of respective state. According to article number 152, for every state, governor office is there. He needs to perform his duty in a executive. He needs to perform his powers, executive powers as well as legislative powers. Considering this executive legislative power, he needs to perform his duty in well manner. In Constitution's 7th Amendment Act, according to Restructuring Commission from 1956, for every state, one governor is appointed or
काल त्यांना सोडून आलो रात्री बहुतेक
Hello?
आज किंवा हा येतील आज रात्री किंवा पहाटेपर्यंत येतील आज
hello, do
मिनी बस केले
not comment.
काल गेली काल रात्री आता पोहोचली बी
Hello, Yogesh Shivsharan.
सकाळीच पोहोचलेत अहो, कुठं गर्दी करता सगळं प्रत्येकी दोन घरची दोन म्हणाल्यात बोलल्यात आणि सख्यात नाही हो तुला
Hello, my voice is audible to you?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. According to Constitution's 7th Amendment Act in 1956, for each respective state, one governor is appointed. It may be in a different case that governor performs his duty as an additional duty for one or more, means 2 states, but not more than 2. Okay. Now, this governor is the chief executive head of our state. He has all executive powers. Governor acts as a representative of president from a central ministry, from a Indian government. He performs to act as a dual role in between center and state, parliamentary and assembly. What are the actions started by the central ministry that needs to perform in our state? That is the major responsibility of individual governor. The appointment of governor is done by president according to Act 155. The tenure of governor is for 5 years. In any different case, governor can work as more than 5 years, but president has to give advice to him to work in for next 5 years or for the next 2 years, but that should be give executive power that is held at president's right. But generally, most of the times, the tenure of governor is of 5 years. The last, I think, 18th governor of our Maharashtra, he performed his duty for approximately 9 to 10 years. At that time, President is Shankar Dayal Sharma. He given him another second opportunity to do work as a governor for Maharashtra state. During the tenure of governor, that person has to do during the tenure of governor when the starting of the duty as governor, president gives pleasure to governor to start his duty for his office. At any time, governor can resign from this seat according to Act Article 156. But no confidence motion is not raised against governor. It means that is not the we can say no confidence motion. We can say impeachment process. The impeachment process in case of president that can be raised by parliamentary MPs, but that is not like this here. There is no any impeachment process for the governor, but no confidence motion can raise by any person or any citizen of that state. According to article number 157, these are the qualifications required for the governor. That person must be citizen of India. He has to completed his 35 years of age. He should not be member of any parliamentary or assembly. He should not hold any office of profit. Okay. Then, according to article number 159, governor needs to take oath, or the chief justice of respective high court gives oath to governor of that respective state. If then I will tell you another thing. When the chief justice of high court is not performing to his duty in any rare cases, at that time governor has the right to work as a chief justice in a high court. As per our constitution, some powers are given to the president as well as some powers are given to the governor, executive powers are given to the governor. Here I mentioned executive powers, legislative power, financial power, judicial power, discretionary power. These are the powers given by the president to the governor, but the three powers are not given to the governor, that has or that holds only by the president, that is diplomatic power, military power and emergency power. That powers are not held by any governor, that powers only holds by the president, because these are the three areas: military, then emergency in a state or emergency in a center union, and the diplomatic means international relations. These powers are only given to the president. These type of powers are not given to the any governor. Now we will start with the first power, executive powers. In general, you assume that executive powers means what? What are the GR, government rules, are issued from the state? All that GRs or the power to issue that GR, it is the most or the major power of the governor. Means all any government GRs are issued by the signature of governor. And governor also makes rules for the specify the orders in a state, for the convenient proceedings, or we can say the government can make rules as per his understanding according to constitution for the smooth performing of or the proceedings of that state. Also, governor can make rule for the convenient transaction of business in respective state, and that is the business is allocated among the ministers for all ministers. Also, government appoints the Advocate General of state in a center level. That post is a CAG, Comptroller Advocate General. In a state level, this is the only post as a Advocate General. Government appoints the person for this post, and also he determines his tenure and remuneration. And the next thing, governor also appoints person as a state election commissioner, as well as he also appoints a person for public service commission as a commissioner of public service commission, and he determines his conditions and service and tenure of that office, election commissioner as well as public service commissioner. And the next executive power of governor is governor appoints chairman of respective ministry also. It means in our state now Mr. Jayant Patil Jayant Patil holds Ministry of Water. These oath to do his duty as a cabinet minister in a state, that Mr. Jayant Patil has to take oath in front of the governor. Means governor appoints duties of respective cabinet minister. When governor wants any information related to the water supply, at any time governor can ask any minister or any government officials, PWD officer or irrigation officer, for any type of information related to his ministry or the related to his work officials. Also, governor needs to take consideration of council of minister to perform smooth conduction proceedings in that respective state. Here, governor can also require help of the CM in that issue for the smooth proceeding in respective state. Governor, as I tell you in a very first slide, governor is a constitutional head. He is the head as per the constituent, but the real head in our state is the chief minister. In this context, we can say the governor is the nominal head or the constituent head of the constituency in a state, but the real head is chief minister. What are the actions or what are the bills get sanctioned in the assembly? All that bills needs to give assent to all that bill, and then that bill converted into act or law. Therefore, in our democracy, we can say the governor is only nominal head and the chief minister is the real head of respective state. But in emergency case, president appoints governor, president gives all rights, executive also as well as legislative rights to the governor, and in that situation, governor is a real head of that respective state. Now we will move towards the second power, legislative power. Governor can ask for summon. I will tell you, summon means, in Marathi summon means तो बोलावू शकतो कधीही मीटिंग. गव्हर्नर कोणत्याही क्षणी मीटिंग बोलावू शकतो, चीफ मिनिस्टरना बोलावू शकतो किंवा कॅबिनेट मिनिस्ट्री किंवा मिनिस्ट्री काउन्सिल ऑफ मिनिस्टरची मीटिंग बोलावू शकतो. विधानसभा किंवा विधान परिषदेच्या अभिभाषणात तो भाषण देऊ शकतो. विधानसभेत किंवा विधान परिषदेची मंत्रिमंडळाची बैठक बोलावून त्यांना ऍक्ट्स जे काही लागू करायचे त्या राज्यात त्याची माहिती देऊ शकतो आणि त्याची प्रोसिडिंग्स कसे असायला पाहिजेत रिस्पेक्टिव्ह स्टेटमध्ये याची माहिती देऊ शकतो. इमर्जन्सी केसमध्ये जी कोणती गरज असेल, इमर्जन्सी म्हणजे आपण सध्या चालू असलेली कोरोना व्हायरस ही महामारी जी आहे याच्या संदर्भात ज्या काही गाईडलाईन्स असतील तर त्या पण गव्हर्नर इश्यू करतो. मंत्रिमंडळाची बैठक घेऊन त्यांना प्रॉपर प्रोसेस इम्प्लिमेंट करण्यासाठी सांगू शकतो. समन्स म्हणजे बोलावणे आणि दुसरे प्रोर्यूज. प्रोर्यूज म्हणजे कोणत्या बेसिसवर तो बोलावू शकतो, कोणत्या आधारावर. तर त्याच्यासाठी ऍक्ट 159 जो गव्हर्नरसाठी आर्टिकल 159 ज्या आधारे तो कोणत्याही मिनिस्टरला, कोणत्याही गव्हर्नमेंट ऑफिशियल्सला बोलावू शकतो, त्याच्या रिस्पेक्टिव्ह मिनिस्ट्रीला त्याच्या वर्किंग ऑफिशियल्सच्या जबाबदारी संदर्भातली माहिती घेण्यासाठी. The next point is the governor can. This is the very first point related to the legislative powers. When new assembly formed, the very first session has to given by the governor, or the very first session addressed by governor to the assembly. Also, governor has to summon sessions, winter session or the summer session and budget session at any time. Regarding these sessions, winter session, summer sessions and the budget session, governor needs to take care of. During the two sessions, there is not more than 6 months gap. Before completion of 6 months, governor needs to take next session. All the bills, money bills, cannot be raised in a legislative assembly without permission of governor. All money bills can be raised after taking permission of governor. Then and then only that money bill can be raised by any MLAs of legislative assembly. Governor can send message to any house for to any house means legislative assembly or legislative council for any pending bill or any another bill. Also, governor can appoint any member of legislative assembly to preside over its proceeding. Means governor appoints one member from assembly as a speaker for the proceedings of the assembly and appoint one member in a legislative council as a chairman. As we know, there are 1/6 seats are reserved for the members from arts, science, social science, and that seats can be filled by governor in legislative council. Also, governor can decide what are the questions need to address in a legislative assembly or in a legislative council. All that question are passed through the governor. Means if governor agree to discuss these questions in a assembly or in a legislative council, then and then that bills or that questions can be raised in legislative assembly or in a legislative council. Also, governor decides disqualification of election commission. In these rights are a rare right. Till now, no any governor decides disqualification of legislature in consultation with the election commission. Governor has another legislative power is already we discussed in the last lecture how the bill processed and convert as an act or law. The very first is the first reading. During the first reading, that member addresses the motto, then the objective of that bill. If there is a query regarding that bill, then opposition party can give queries. Considering that queries, again that bill is considered in that respective house. After the second meeting for the first reading, all the queries are addressed and considered in that bill, and for the next, in the third reading, generally the members of that house needs to give his assent, means pasanti or napasanti to that bill. Generally, what are the discussions held at first reading and second reading? Considering this first and second reading, generally that bill is come to assent in the third reading only. This type of rights governor has, means if legislative assembly pass one bill, that bill goes to the legislative council. Again, legislative council also has passed that bill. Then that bill goes to the governor's office during the first time of that bill. If governor not agrees to amend that bill into law or act, then he can reject that bill and the first time. But if the same bill passes by legislative assembly members and legislative council members in a second time, during the second time, governor needs to give assent to that bill. During the second time, governor cannot reject that bill converted into law or act. It means governor needs to give assent for the second time. During the first time he can reject, but during the second time he cannot right to reject that bill. In many times, other than money bill or the constitutional amendment bill, governor reserve to take considerations of president. At that time, governor has power to consider president's remark, to apply that bill or to convert that bill into law in that respective state. Then the next he can promulgate ordinance when state legislature is not in session. Means during the emergency, governor has right to act as a real king in that respective state. Then the next point is the state legislature must approve this ordinance within the 6th month. Means if governor can promulgate the ordinance, then the state legislative assembly members and the council members needs to approve that promulgate ordinance within the 6th month from its reassembly, or he can withdraw that ordinance at any time. Then the next, financial powers. Third power of governor. All money bills cannot be raised in a legislative assembly without permission of governor. It means before going to raise money bill in a legislative assembly, that bill needs to pass from, it means that member has right to take this bill in a consideration in a legislative assembly or not. कुठलाही धनविधेयक बिल, धनविधेयक विधानसभेमध्ये राज्यपालांच्या संमतीशिवाय, संमती म्हणजे ते बिल ते विधेयक डिस्कस करण्यासाठी घ्यावं की न घ्यावं, किंवा ते विधेयक धनविधेयक आहे की नाही, ही जोपर्यंत संमती गव्हर्नर राज्यपाल देत नाही तोपर्यंत त्या धनविधेयक बिल विधानसभेमध्ये डिस्कशन साठी घेतली जात नाही. Also, governor has right to take decision on a budget, yearly budget, before going to give session in a budget session. संकल्पीय अधिवेशना अगोदर तो संकल्प जो वार्षिक अर्थसंकल्प आहे तो गव्हर्नर त्यांच्याकडून सँक्शन करून घ्यावा लागतो. सँक्शन करून घेतल्यानंतरच ते बजेट, तो अर्थसंकल्प विधानसभेच्या अधिवेशनात, संकल्पीय अधिवेशनात मांडला जातो. जर विधानसभेतल्या रिस्पेक्टिव्ह मिनिस्टर, अर्थमंत्र्यांनी जर तो सँक्शन करून जर घेतला नसेल अगोदर, तर तो मांडता येत नाही आणि आजपर्यंत अशी कोणतीही केस झाली नाही की गव्हर्नरांच्या असेंट शिवाय त्यांच्या परमिशन शिवाय कोणताही अर्थसंकल्प मांडला गेला. Then next, governor has right for contingency fund. Contingency fund means we can say that is the reserve fund when any ruling party needs extra fund in any rare situation or in any emergency. In that case, that ruling party needs to take permission from governor to use that reserve fund. Most of the times we tell or we can say that now the current minister are using the reserve fund which was already created by the last ruling party or the last alliances. Who has right it means, मला त्याचं एक मी क्लिअर उदाहरण सांगतो. बऱ्याच वेळा आपण असं म्हणतो किंवा आपण असं ऐकतो की सध्याचं सरकार काही योग्य नाही. जो काही रिझर्व्ह फंड होता मागच्या गेल्या काही वर्षापर्यंत, तर तो हे सरकार पूर्णपणे संपवायला लागलंय. 1200,000 कोटी 1500,000 कोटी फंड रिझर्व्ह फंड जो साठला होता तो आत्ताचं जे रुलिंग सरकार आहे, सत्ताधारी पार्टी आहे, तर ते वापरतंय. तर प्रत्येक कुठल्याही सत्ताधारी पार्टीला गव्हर्नरच्या संमतीशिवाय कुठलाही रिझर्व्ह फंड वापरता येत नाही. आणि रिझर्व्ह फंड हा फक्त त्या राज्याची डेव्हलपमेंट आणि राज्यात असणारी इमर्जन्सी मिटवण्यासाठीच वापरला जातो. सध्या राज्यात जी कोरोना व्हायरस सिच्युएशन जी महामारी जी चालू आहे सध्या, त्याला कमी करण्यासाठी जे हेल्थ मिनिस्ट्री जी सध्या फंड वापरते, तर त्यासाठी तो फंड यूज केला जातोय. त्यामुळे कुठल्याही सरकारला रिझर्व्ह फंड वापरण्याचा इंडिव्हिज्युअल अधिकार नाही जोपर्यंत गव्हर्नर त्याला देत नाही, तो परमिशन देत नाही. The another power, financial power of governor is the governor constitutes finance commission or finance commission after every 5 years. पंचवार्षिक बिल, जो पंचवर्ष तुम्हाला येत्या 5 वर्षात तुमच्या राज्याची जी काही डेव्हलपमेंट करायची त्या संदर्भातले आयोग, वित्त आयोग, हा गव्हर्नर त्यांच्या संमतीनेच होतो. आणि जो वित्त आयोग असतो दर 5 वर्षासाठीचा, तो दर 5 वर्षांतर रिव्ह्यू केला जातो. किती प्रमाणात तो शक्य झालाय, किती प्रमाणात आपण कंप्लीट करू शकलो नाही, याच्यावर पण विचार विनिमय राज्यपाल करतात. आणि त्यानुसार पुढची पावले राज्याच्या डेव्हलपमेंटसाठी काय घेतली गेली पाहिजे याच्याविषयीचा पुढचा वित्त आयोग ठरवला जातो. मग तर सगळ्यांना माहिती असावं, वित्त आयोग देशात हा वित्त आयोग दर 10 वर्षांनी लागू केला जातो, मात्र राज्यात हा वित्त आयोग दर 5 वर्षांनी लागू केला जातो. नेक्स्ट, ज्युडिशियल पॉवर्स. अपॉइंटमेंट ऑफ चीफ जस्टिस. Governor appoints the chief justice in respective state. If chief justice is not in position to perform his duty, at that time all the powers of justice, high court, the governor holds all that power. Here I mention the table of judicial powers of president and governor. The president has extra power than governor. The power of pardon death sentence, and also the pardon death sentence influenced by the court martial. The court martial can only raise against president, but court martial is not raised against governor. Okay. Also, I told you governor appoints chief justice as well as district judges in the district court, judges in a session court. Also, governor appoints person to the judicial service of the state in consultation with High Court judges and the Public Service Commission. Then, some discretionary powers governor has. The very first power is when there is no majority after the election. In that case, governor has right to choose a candidate as a chief minister. I tell you that case in 1978. In 1978, governor appoints in Maharashtra Mr. Sharad Pawar as a chief minister, because at that time no any party proves its majority, also no any alliances proves majority in a state. So in 1978, the governor appoints Mr. Sharad Pawar as a chief minister. These are the extra discretionary powers governor holds. Then governor can impose president rule in respective state. Also, he submits report to the president regarding the affairs of the state from respective ministry. Also, he withholds his assent to bill and sent to the president. Already I told you regarding this. And during emergency, due to according to article number 153, he work as a real king in a state after permission of president. These are the emergency powers. Governor needs to make report to the president regarding emergency, and as per the president's suggestion, governor needs to act in that respective state. Removal process of governor, in which cases governor needs to removal, or he can give his resignation. The very first case, the dismissal of governor without any valid reason cannot be done by president. In only case if there is a no confidence motion against governor by majority by citizen or the majority in legislative assembly. In that case, that legislative assembly sends no confidence motion against governor. In that case, governor needs to give reply to that no confidence motion within 14 days. If he gives show cause, if he gives reply to that show cause notice, and if it is a correct by constitution, then there is a need not to leave seat to the governor. But if there is any action which is not governed by constitution, in that case governor needs to leave his seat. Also, at any time governor can give his resignation to the president. There is no any provision for impeachment. Already I told you there is no any process of impeachment. on governor, and this impeachment process is only on president. Here till now we covered by which article governor takes oath, by which article governor appoints, by which article governor has legislative power, executive power, judicial power, discretionary power, emergency power. Now, regarding to this, I want to ask question: is it the need of governor in every state? Is it the need of governor in every state? Now tell me your answers. Hello. 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 My question is clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just tell me what is the importance of governor in state? Why this post is needed in every state? Hello. Why governor this post is required in every state? If it is not there, then what happens? Hello. 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 Why there is a silence? No one can comment on that question. अरे काय प्रॉब्लेम काय आहे? कोणच काय बोलत नाही. तुम्हाला काय समजलंय की नाही समजलं?
हॅलो सर.
ओके, हा बोला बोला बोला.
Not visible, sir.
Okay, if screen is not visible, my question is, what is the importance of governor in every state? Why governor is required? Now it is visible. I hope now it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is the importance of governor? But okay, now only tell me by which article governor takes oath? By which article governor takes oath? Hello. By which हा बोला बोला.
Article 159.
Article 159. According to which article governor appointed by president? कोणत्या आर्टिकल नुसार गव्हर्नरची अपॉइंटमेंट केली जाते? कोणत्या आर्टिकल नुसार गव्हर्नरची अपॉइंटमेंट केली जाते प्रेसिडेंट यांच्याकडून?
Article 154.
150. 150. Hello.
Article 150.
Article 155.
Yes.
Okay. According to which article governor can resign from his duty? According to which article governor can resign his duty at any time before tenure completion of tenure? Okay, next question. This is again discussion question. Governor is only rubber stamp in state. Are you thinking in this way? What is your opinion on this? काय तुमचं काय मत आहे? गव्हर्नर हे फक्त एक रबर स्टॅम्प पुरती मर्यादित त्यांची ड्युटी राहिले, याविषयी तुमचं काय मत आहे? अरे काय सायलेन्स काय आहे एवढा?
Hello, sir.
हा बोला.
फक्त रबर ड्युटी नाही राहिलेली सर. आताच आपल्या राज्यात जी परिस्थिती झाली होती, सरकार संस्थेचं स्थापन होत नव्हतं, त्यावेळेस गव्हर्नरने सगळी जबाबदारी घेतलेली होती की असती गव्हर्नरची जबाबदारी. अशा इमर्जन्सी सिच्युएशन मध्ये गव्हर्नरकडे सगळं राहायचं असतात, किंवा आताही जर मंत्रिमंडळ स्थापन असलं तरी गव्हर्नरच्या गायडन्सच्या खाली सगळं राज्य चालतं.
इमर्जन्सी केसेस सोडून आता आपल्या महाराष्ट्र राज्यात इमर्जन्सी केस आतापर्यंत कधी लागू झाली नाही. फक्त जे आपल्याला नॅशनल इमर्जन्सी लागू झाली 75 ते 77 त्या काळातच फक्त पूर्ण देशभरात इमर्जन्सी होती. त्याच्याशिवाय आतापर्यंत कधीही इमर्जन्सी लागू झालेली नाही. मग इमर्जन्सी लागू जर नसेल तर इतर नॉर्मल टाइम मध्ये गव्हर्नर मेन रोल मध्ये कधी तुम्हाला पाहायला मिळालाय का?
सर
हा बोला. हा बोला.
हॅलो सर.
हा बोला.
एखाद्या वेळी सरकार स्थापन करण्याच्या वेळी एखाद्या पक्षाचे सर्वात जास्त आमदार जर निवडून आले असतील तर बोलवण्याचा किंवा सत्ता स्थापन करण्याचा हे केला जातो, म्हणजे बोलवलं जाते, किंवा त्यावेळेला किंवा दुसऱ्या वेळेला म्हटलं तर ज्या वेळेला एखादं विधेयक किंवा मांडायचं असते किंवा एखादा कायदा निर्माण करायचा असतो तर त्यावेळेला सगळ्यात महत्वाची भूमिका गव्हर्नर बजावत असतात.
बरं, आता मी आणखी एक त्याबद्दलच बोलतो. आपण जसं मगाशी सांगितलं त्यांच्या ज्या काही लेजिस्लेटिव्ह ड्युटीज आहेत, पॉवर्स आहेत गव्हर्नर त्यांच्या, तर समजा एखादं विधेयक विधानसभेने पास केलं, विधान परिषदेने ते पास केलं एखादं विधेयक. फर्स्ट टाइम ते गव्हर्नरांना वाटलं की अरे ते योग्य नाही, राज्याच्या हितासाठी नाही ते, कारण की जे असेंब्लीमध्ये जे मिनिस्टर्स आहेत, विधानसभेत विधान परिषदेत जे मिनिस्टर्स आहेत, हे लोकांमधून निवडून आलेले जरी असले तरी ते पार्टीचे नेते आहेत. कदाचित ते त्यांच्या फायद्यासाठी सुद्धा ते डिसिजन घेऊ शकतात. मग अशा केसमध्ये गव्हर्नर त्यांचा रोल राहतो की ते विधेयक नामंजूर करणं. समजा त्यांनी फर्स्ट केसमध्ये विधेयक नामंजूर केलं आणि परत सेम विधेयक दुसऱ्या वेळेला परत त्यांच्याजवळ आलं तर त्यांना राईट आहे का ते नामंजूर करायचा? हॅलो. माझा आवाज क्लिअर आलेला आहे तुम्हाला? समजलंय काय ते?
येस सर, येस सर.
राज्यपालांना एकदा ते विधेयक नामंजूर करू शकतात पण दुसऱ्या वेळेला ते नामंजूर करू शकत नाहीत. म्हणजे याचा अर्थ जे काही मंत्रिमंडळ निर्णय घेईल, मंत्रिमंडळ, तो त्यांना निर्णय संमतच करा, ते विधेयकाला संमतच करावं लागतं. मग या वेळेला आपण कसं म्हणू शकतो की कायदा सुव्यवस्थित रित्या चालवण्यात त्यांचा हातभार लागू शकतो? कदाचित जे मंत्री आहेत तो त्यांना त्यांच्या योग्यतेप्रमाणे कायदा तयार करू शकतात. अरे काय मत आहे तुमचं?
येस सर, म्हणजे सत्ताधारी पक्ष आणि विरोधी पक्षातील लोकांना बोलवून त्यांची मतं विचारात घेतली जातात आणि त्यानंतर मग सारासार विचार करून त्यावर निर्णय दिला जातो, असं होत असेल.
पण जे सत्ताधारी पक्ष आहे ते अलायन्सना मेजॉरिटीनच त्या मंत्रिमंडळात नेमणूक झाली त्यांची. मग मेजॉरिटी जी असेल सत्ताधारी पक्षाची, तर ती मेजॉरिटी असल्यामुळं त्यांनी जे मत मांडलं असेल तेच मेजॉरिटीत येणार ना. रुलिंग पार्टीचं मतच मेजॉरिटीमध्ये येणार. हॅलो, ठीक आहे. 12:15. Next, I post this poll in a poly You need to give your response within 5 minutes. Now, thank you. I will end this meeting. Thank you all.